Excited would you say you are about tomorrow night?
Very, very excited. Anytime we start the season, there's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of teams out there that are thinking the same way we are. We all got a chance, and we're all 0-0, but we're excited to get going.
So many new pieces. Are you sort of anxious to sort of see what it looks like? You know what I mean?
Yes, and we still got some guys out too, but that's part of the NBA. But I said we have some new additions, and during the preseason we got to see a lot, and during some of the off-season workouts. But now it's a real show. It starts off tomorrow night.
You said at media day that it was part of the process. Do you feel like after training camp the process is kind of unfolding as you thought it would?
Well, we're still working on that daily. I think the process is going to be very important to us because I think we're going to become a better defensive team. There's no secret about it. And we put a lot of emphasis on that during the preseason, off-season, training camp, and even acquisitions. And also, we want to get the ball moving. We want to play with pace. We want to play up tempo. We want to share the ball. And I think those are going to be keys for us this year.
Is Tim at point guard a concern at all, or you feel good about it? I know with Jrue and Tyreek out, how do you look at your point guard position right now?
Tim's a feel-good story. He's one of these guys that he had to climb and fight and scrap, and went to the D League and got cut. And I think he's really appreciative of the position he's in. But yet he's earned it. He's come into training camp and he's earned the right to say, hey, I'm going to start the season off for us, no matter what the circumstances are. And, we'll hope to get, Jrue back soon and Tyreek as well. But right now we have full confidence in Tim. His confidence level since the day he came here has been unbelievable. I still remember when we signed him, his first game was in Sacramento, and joking around with him, I told him, I said, hey, you play scared, we're going to cut you right away. And he came out and had a big night, and we won the game on the road, and he hasn't looked back since then. And even now, you can just see the confidence in him, and the players believe in him, and the players like playing with him.
Is there any timetable on Jrue at this point?
Right now, we're going to just, sit back and just let, the holidays take their time. We're in no rush. That's way more important than basketball. And, they're great people, and we're just wishing them the best.
Have you had
Tyreek, he started getting on-court activity, so, it's just going to be how his progression goes. He's been working hard, his body looks great, and I think we'll have a better indication maybe in 2 weeks, but, we hope to have him back hopefully before, January. Could it be late November? Maybe early December, mid-December. I think it'll all determine on how his rehab goes over the next couple of weeks.
But he's a guy who has played with pain before. He's a tough guy.
He's a tough guy. He's as tough as they come, and he's anxious to get back. We actually had a good meeting yesterday, and he talked about how fired up he is. And sometimes those type of guys you have to be careful, and you got to slow him down a little bit.
Do you need his scoring? Do you think? How much would that help you if you could have him?
I mean, obviously he can score, but he also does so many things. He fills the stat sheet. He scores, he rebounds, he gets assists. His versatility is been very important for us in the success that we've had here with him.
Have you had contact with Jrue in the holidays, or what kind of contact do you have with them at this point?
I try to keep that private, because like I said, I want to respect their privacy. But, the thing I'll say is when the time is right, Jrue will come back, we'll be ready for him. And I said we'll have open arms. I said it before, is that, that's way more important than basketball right now.
The team's talked a lot about AD kind of growing as a leader. On the court, is there anything you're expecting different from him, or maybe growth-wise?
No, I think we're on the same path. I think, he's accepted the role as, being our guy, the number one guy, but he's also an unselfish player. And I think for him, sometimes he has to try to figure out, hey, when do I have to be selfish and go try to be more offensive-minded, or when do I got to play better with my teammates. But the most important thing I think for him is, playing great defense, anchoring us, leading us, and there's going to be some nights when obviously he's going to be able to score and have some big nights, but there's also going to be some nights when teams are going to try to take him away, and our whole team is going to have to step up and play together.
Is there anything you can do as an organization to try to keep him on the court? I mean, you saw the ankle twist in China. He's had a long list of sort of nagging things. Is there anything you can do to sort of manage that, or is it just bad lucks?
No, but we're doing everything we can. We're trying. We put an emphasis on prevention over the last couple of years, but sometimes when you step on a guy's foot, it just happens. And so, but AD's tough. He's back. He's ready to go. He had full practice and you know he's able to get a preseason game since that injury, and so he'll be ready to go tomorrow night.
Just from a personal standpoint, how critical do you think this season is for you and the franchise?
I think they're all important, but you know I think I don't know if critical is the word I would use. I think we want to win. We want to progress. We want to achieve sustained success. That's some of our goals, and we're going to do everything we can. And right now, I think we got some new guys in here. We're going to have a different look than we've had in the past years, but I think it'll be a look that the fans will be excited to see and come out and support.
Buddy himself,
I'm sorry.
Buddy Hill.
Oh, Buddy. Oh, very, very. First, he's a great person with a great family. He lifted the organization from the day we drafted him. Even in our draft works out, we were hoping that we were able to get him. And just his work ethic. He's going to find his way. I think he's going to have some big nights. He's going to have some nights when, hey, it's your first year in the NBA. But he's not afraid. And I think Pelican fans are going to be excited to see him. He can go on those roles where it can be a game changer.
Is a fast start important for this team the way last year started?
I still look at this as like a marathon. You know what I mean? We got a couple guys banged up right now. And the West is competitive, and I think the league has probably as much parity as I've seen in a long time. There's a lot of good teams in both the Eastern and Western Conference, and so I think we're going to do everything we can to stay competitive and stay in the hunt.
Do you think this team has, last year, everybody makes predictions and talks about what could be. Portland was picked so low last year and surprised so many people. Does this team have that kind of potential to potentially surprise, and exceed expectations?
I hope so. I think that, when we get out there, that's why we play the games. And, I'm very confident in this team. I'm confident in their grit, in their toughness, and their competitiveness.
Do you think some of that was lacking last year, some toughness?
No, I thought last year's team was interesting because I don't think we ever got a full grasp of last year's team with all the injuries. And I think if last year's team would have been healthy, it would have been a different outcome. But that's in the past, and we're moving forward.
Do you consider what you did a major overhaul, and you're kind of curious to see how it all?
I don't know if I call it major, but I think I am curious. I'm excited about the group, and I think we have a good group of guys in here that are going to give it everything they have.
Do you have a number in your mind, or just a goal that you would consider this a successful season?
I do not.
Hey, are you concerned at all about the defense in the preseason finishing last, I think, in efficiency?
It is a concern, but there was some, it's the preseason. I think it's the preseason. We're going to use that to help us get us ready for tomorrow. But I think that, we try to do things at different times. And, I'm ready because there were some flashes and we were really good defensively as well.
Thank you for doing it.
Thanks, Del. Appreciate it.